Hey everyone, welcome to the Mindset module. In this first lesson, I want to talk about the mentality of an entrepreneur, and more specifically about failure, cynicism, and motivation versus discipline. I put this here because I want you to go through this before starting anything related to building your e-commerce store. There are so many entrepreneurs that give up because there are just so many mental blocks that we face in business. So I really want to get you in the right mindset to overcome these on your journey. The first topic I want to talk about is failure. Severity of them and the number of them are going to be significantly reduced versus if you just did this all by yourself. If you got Steph Curry to teach you how to shoot three-pointers, it doesn't mean you'll never miss a three-pointer ever again, right? Even Steph doesn't make them every time. It just means that it's expected that you'll improve way more and way faster than if you never got his help. So don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of making mistakes. It's completely normal and expected. The people who succeed the most are also the people who fail the most. In other words, the master has failed more times than the beginner has ever even tried. J.K. Rowling, one of the most successful authors in history, had her original Harry Potter script rejected by 12 publishers. Howard Schultz, the former chairman and CEO of Starbucks, was rejected by 217 investors. And Michael Jordan, one of the greatest basketball players of all time, missed 12,345 shots in his NBA career. Every successful person fails. Steve Jobs failed. Bill Gates failed. Try to find me a successful person that has never failed. You can't, because they don't exist. Nobody likes failing, but successful people know that you can't win every single time and that failure is part of the game. So even when you fail, don't be discouraged, ask a mentor for help, and try again. Next, I want to talk about cynicism. The average person living in the USA works a 9-to-5 job and makes an average of $32,000 per year. That's the average person. So by joining this program, you have aspirations jealous of you, and instead of bringing themselves up to your level, they'll try to drag you down to their level because it's easier for them. It takes less work for them to criticize you rather than putting in the work to elevate themselves. You'll hear things like, I know a guy who tried that and failed, or it's a scam, it doesn't work, or anything to try and plant a seed of doubt in your head. I've heard it all before. They're trying to lower your self-confidence and stop you from escaping what they're trapped in. It's called crabs in a bucket mentality. If you've ever seen a bunch of crabs in a bucket before, you'll realize that the ones at the top could easily escape, but they don't, because all the other crabs underneath them grab and pull them down to their collective demise. And this is usually done because of resentment, spite, jealousy, or even envy. This is why I think it's so important to have a successful mentor by your side and to be part of a supportive community like the private Discord mastermind. And the last idea I want to talk to you about in this video is motivation versus discipline. A lot of people think that these are the same thing, but they're not. Motivation is the desire to act to achieve a goal. It's the inspirational feeling you have when you want to do work. Discipline, on the other hand, is doing the work regardless of how you're feeling. So whether you want to do it or not, you're going to need both of these, but discipline is much more important. Now, most of you are already disciplined in certain areas of your life. For example, brushing your teeth. I don't know anyone who is motivated to do this. Nobody wakes up and gets excited to brush their teeth. You do it because you are disciplined to do it. You do it because you know it's important for you to do it to achieve good health. You need to apply the same thing for your business. There will be days you'll wake up and be unmotivated to work on your e-commerce store. But you're going to do the work anyway because you're disciplined to do it. Because you started with the end in mind and you know that it's what you need to do to achieve reliable, because you can't always control how motivated you'll feel every day, but you can always control how disciplined you are every day. If I feel unmotivated for a long period of time, then I try to interact with other motivated entrepreneurs. I read my favorite books and quotes, and I even attend conferences with a bunch of motivational speakers. In the end, what you have to remember is that motivation is a nice to have, but discipline is a need to have. And that's it for this video. I know you'll find it helpful as you go along on your journey. So be sure to check back on this every once in a while. I'll see you in the next video.